been asking for, huh? This y'all been waiting on, huh? Okay, cool. Let's get it. What's up, YouTube? Your boy back once again with another sport topic, and today we're going to talk about the NFL Draft. Yes, the 2022 NFL Draft is right around the corner. A lot of y'all been asking, hey, Spitz, you ever thought about doing my draft? Hey, you might need to do my draft. Hey, I really want to know what you think going to happen in the draft. Hey, please do my draft. Y'all been asking. Well, here you go. Yes, my first ever official mock draft. I'm doing the whole first round, all 32 picks. We're going to talk about, we're going to break it down. I know y'all been asking for it. Well, here it is. This is what I feel is going to happen in the 2022 NFL draft. We're going to talk about, we're going to break it down. But before we do that, if y'all really liking the channel, if y'all really liking the content, make sure y'all subscribe, y'all like, and y'all comment. Also, hit all them links in the description below. Hit all them links. Follow me on all social media platforms. We're giving away 30 days free Amazon Prime. If you sign up to Amazon Prime, you get 30 days free. So sign up to Amazon Prime. Follow me on all social media platforms. Make sure y'all like, y'all subscribe, y'all share, do all that good fine stuff. And hey, let's get this channel growing. So we're going to talk about, like I say, the 2022 NFL Draft is right around the corner. Disclaimer, I'm not doing any trades. I'm not doing any trades because I think trades, it's kind of hard to gauge what a team going to give up and how much they're going to give up and stuff like that. And I really don't trust too many mock drafts with trades and it be trades all over. I really don't trust that. So wherever teams are slated in the draft right now if it's a trade that already happened, like other trades that already happened, that's different. But I'm not doing my own trades. So we're just going to talk about the picks as they are. We just talk about the picks as they are. So in the 2022 NFL Draft, the Jacksonville Jaguars, with the first selection in the NFL Draft, the Jacksonville Jaguars select Evan Neal, offensive tackle, out of Alabama. And this is just simple. Last year they drafted Trevor Lawrence #1 overall, and they need to go out there and get the best offensive lineman. Even though I know they just brought back Cam Robinson, they did hire Doug Peters, who was the head coach in Philadelphia, and he's seen what happened after Carson Wentz had a good rookie year, had an MVP like second season, then he got hurt. It was never the same. You just spent the first round pick, overall pick on Trevor Lawrence. You're gonna do whatever you can to protect him. I know people been talking about Icky. Don't believe the hype about Icky. I know people don't talk about Hudson. Don't believe the hype about Hudson as far as the #1 pick. They're gonna go after Evan Neal. I wouldn't be surprised if they trade the pick, but it's really not a quarterback to jump up because normally people jump up to get a quarterback. It's really not a quarterback in this draft to jump up for all the way up to #1 overall. So I think they end up going to stay at #1 pick, and they're going to end up taking Evan Neal with #1 pick in the draft. And that leaves the #2 pick in the 2022 NFL Draft. The Detroit Lions take Aiden Hutchinson, edge rusher out of Michigan. Simple. He's probably the best edge rusher in this draft, and he's from Detroit. Now, I have my reservations because he got bullied in the college playoff game against Georgia, but I mean, he did kind of get bullied and embarrassed. But he is the best edge rusher coming into this draft, in my opinion. And like I say, he's from Detroit, hometown kid. They're gonna try to get some of that hometown magic. So that's exactly what Detroit is gonna do. Detroit is gonna take Aiden Hutchinson, #2 overall, in my personal opinion. Now, with the #3 pick, the #3 pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Houston Texans take the best overall prospect, the prospect where everybody been talking about, who he was #1 all year long. He has all the physical traits, and that is Kayvon. No, they're not taking Kayvon Thibodeau, but they are taking the best player in the draft, and that's Kyle Hamilton, safety out of Notre Dame, who I feel is the best player in the whole overall draft. I don't care what nobody says. You don't take a safety with that pick. This dude is a once-in-a-generation type of talent when you're talking about from a safety position, when you're talking about a guy who's 6'4", 6'5"-ish, weighs 220 pounds. When you talk about somebody like that, I know people want to be talking about his 40 time. Cause I think he ran like a 4.5 something at the combine. Then his pro day only ran like a 4.57, a 4.7. Like, I don't care about the 40 time. Click on the tape, watch the tape, and you'll be amazed. He's the best overall player in this draft. And like I told y'all a couple videos ago, I feel like the Texans need to focus on their defense via the draft. With Lovie Smith, focus on the defense, grow their defense, be a defensive-minded franchise like Pittsburgh of old, like the Chicago Bears, like the Ravens, be a defensive first-minded franchise. Accept that as your identity. Become a defensive-minded organization. And by doing, if you could do that, you need to pick the best player on the board who happens to be on defense. Somebody who can change your secondary and change the way you call defenses, because you'll be able to do whatever you want to when you have a player like Kyle Hamilton. That's the player to pick. Like I said, he's the best prospect in my opinion. I wouldn't be surprised if Kyle Hamilton went 1 or 2. I don't think he's going to go 1 or 2. Because people have reservations about drafting safeties that high, but I feel like he's the best player in this draft, and I wouldn't be surprised. If he went number 1, it wouldn't be a reach in my opinion, because I think he's the best player in the draft. Now, with the number 4 pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the New York Jets take Kayvon Thibodeaux, edge rusher out of Oregon. This thing about Kayvon Thibodeaux, I think the Jets are going to take him because he was a guy coming into the preseason, was supposed to be the number 1 guy, had all the physical tools, which he does. He has the height, the weight, the speed, the strength, and all those type of things. So you think that because he tests well, okay, he should be the number 1 prospect. And because he was great at that, I don't think the Jets are going to pass him up. Now, the problem with that is when you watch the tape, kind of like Kyle Hamilton, when you watch the tape, it's the reverse. He doesn't show up. I forgot what game. I think it was against Utah in the Pac-12 championship game. I watched that game from beginning to end. And I watched the game looking for Kayvon Thibodeaux. And I couldn't find Kayvon Thibodeaux. Only reason why I knew where he was at, because he's an edge rusher and he wears the number 5. He was easy to spot. But as far as his talent, the things that he do to jump off the screen, he wasn't doing that. And I know he says he wants to be like he compares it to the Clowney, except the Clowney with the pass rushing, but he really can't stop the run. Like, and then like really his pass rushing isn't really all that. Like, so he doesn't jump. He doesn't seem like somebody who's going to affect the game, in my opinion. I wouldn't draft him this high, but I think the Jets are going to panic and draft him this high because of the star capability, the star quality, because he's a guy who was graded as the best player in the draft going into the college football season, and 3 teams have passed up on him. They feel like he fell into their lap. I think I think he should go in the bottom half of the top 10, but that's kind of splitting hairs. You take him 4th overall. I think the Jets take him 4th overall. That's what I think is going to happen. So, with the number 5th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the New York Football Giants take Ike Iakuma, offensive alignment out of North Carolina State. And a lot of people been talking about him going number 1 to Jacksonville. Even seen mock drafts have him number 3 to Houston Texans. A guy who could play both guard and tackle. He played majority of his time at guard, then tackle, but he can play tackle if you need him to play tackle. I think the Giants are going to try to build within. They would normally draft a quarterback, but I don't think it's a quarterback in this draft that they want to fall in love with. I think they think like all these quarterbacks in the draft are probably be equivalent to or about around the same thing as a Daniel Jones, and they'll just wait till another year to draft a quarterback. So what they're going to do is fix the offensive line, put some more beef up there, and maybe possibly either get some good stuff out of Daniel Jones or have a good offensive line by the time they get their future franchise quarterback. So I think that's what the Giants are going to do with the 5th pick in the draft. Now, with the 6th pick in the draft, and the 6th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the Carolina Panthers, the first quarterback falls off the board by the Carolina Panthers, taking Kenny Pickett, quarterback out of Pitt. They failed on the whole Deshaun Watson sweepstakes, weren't able to get him. I think they're gonna swing for the fences. This is Matt Rule's last chance. He's basically a lame duck coach. He's gonna try to draft somebody, maybe see if he can get some reset. Maybe if he drafts him and the quarterback shows promise and they win some games here and there, that maybe save his job. He doesn't have to actually get to the playoffs if he shows some promise with this quarterback. I know a lot of things made about him having small hands. Like I said, I'm not really high on any of these guys in the draft. None of these quarterbacks. I don't think none of these quarterbacks should go top 10, in my personal opinion. But we know this is a quarterback-driven league. We know guys get jumped up, and I could just see him as a Carolina Panther. I just see that's who I think the Carolina Panthers will target. Will be a quarterback like Kenny Pickett. I think that's who the Carolina Panthers take with the 6th pick. Now, with the 7th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the New York Football Giants, they're going to go defense on the side, especially since they end up losing Jabril Peppers, the safety, to New England. And you hear rumors about them trying to trade, potentially trade James Bradbury. I think they're going to go secondary, and I think they're going to go with Ahmad Sauce Gardner, cornerback out of Cincinnati, who I feel is the best corner in this draft. I mean, I think he's just a straight baller. A guy who can uses his hands very well, is very aggressive. Anytime he's running around with receiver, he's in the receiver side hip the whole route. He's in the receiver's hip the whole entire route. Aggressive, strong. Like I said, he has a good instinct. Never gave up a touchdown throughout 3 years. Started 3 years, didn't give up any touchdowns, and that's even in the playoff game against Alabama with all those receivers, the Heisman Trophy winner, Bryce Young on the opposite side, and he still didn't get any touchdowns. Still couldn't give up any touchdowns. The guys are balling. When you watch his tape, you'll be nothing but amazed. I know a lot of Texan fans want him. Like I said, I thought that he was Lovie Smith's perfect cornerback, but you're not going to be able to get him because I think the Giants are going to draft one offensive player, one defensive player. So if you don't draft Kyle Hamilton, you draft Sauce, they will draft Kyle Hamilton, and in this situation, vice versa. I think they're gonna take Sauce Gardner with the 7th pick in the draft. With the 8th pick in the 2022 NFL draft, the Atlanta Falcons take Dave Njoku, edge rusher out of Michigan, the other edge rusher outside Michigan. I think the Falcons are gonna take that. I think the Falcons are gonna go defense. Normally, I think they would have went offense. I mean, I know they tried to go for Deshaun Watson. It didn't work. They ended up trading Matt Ryan and then signing Mariota in the process. The reason why I think they're going to go edge rushers because they got what's his name? The head coach. I forgot. He was the offensive coordinator in Tennessee. Was a tight ends coach in Tennessee for a long time. Was an offensive coordinator as well. He has a good relationship and a good rapport with Mariota. And I think he's going to have an offense designed for Mariota. So because of that, I don't think they're going to draft a quarterback this high, especially in this draft. If it's a different type of draft, I think they would. Like them, the Texans, the Giants, I think these guys would go quarterback. But they not in desperate need. Like the Giants have a quarterback who they could maybe possibly see if they can get some out of. The Texans, same thing. They got a quarterback in Davis Mills. They probably think they can get something out of. And the Falcons just signed Mariota, who was at one point in time was the 2nd pick in the 2016 NFL draft, with their head coach formerly being his offensive coordinator. So possibly think they can get something out of that. Carolina's now in the situation to have a lame duck coach, possibly. So that's the reason why they'll go quarterback. I don't see the Falcons going quarterback. I think the Falcons going to try to fix their defense a little bit and try to see, especially now Mariota also has Kyle Pitt in Atlanta as well. I don't think they'll go quarterback. In a different type of draft, like if this was next year's draft, these teams would be going quarterback. The Texans, the Giants, and the Falcons. But in this year's draft, I don't think they're going to make a move. And obviously, I think he's going to go get the other edge rusher out of Michigan. With the 9th pick in the 2022 NFL draft, the Seattle Seahawks take Malik Willis, quarterback at Liberty. They'll take another quarterback. The reason why is because they don't have nothing to lose. They really don't. They got their draft capital and they have Denver's draft capital from the Russell Wilson trade. So they can swing. They got talent as far as they got Chris Carson as a running back. They have DK Metcalf. They got Tyler Lockett. They just also acquired Noah Fant in the trade. I know they got Drew Lock, but we already know what Drew Lock is. Well, we know that Drew Lock is not the guy. So I think that the Seahawks will take a stab at the quarterback. And I think they will take a stab at Malik Willis because Malik Willis, from a physical standpoint, outside he has a way better arm than a Russell Wilson. He kind of in that little Russell Wilson mode, athletic and run around, do the type of things. You also play in the division with Kyler Murray. You play in the division with the 49ers. You play in the division with the Super Bowl champions, the Rams. I see them trying to get a quarterback, try to compete in said division. And that's what I think they're going to do. I think that's what they're going to do. I think they're going to draft Malik Willis and try to make it work. That's what I think they're going to do with their pick. That's what I really think they're going to end up doing. And with the 10th pick in the 2022 NFL draft, the New York Jets select Charles Cross, offensive tackle out of Ole Miss. Kind of the same thing with the Giants, except just in the reverse. That's the same thing with the Giants and with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Last year, they drafted a quarterback, number 2 overall, as Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson missed a lot of time last year. He missed like 3-4 games. You don't want him to get hurt. You want to see exactly what you have. like you want to see. So you want to give him a good offensive line so you can see exactly what you have to see. Do you need to be in the quarterback market next year? Do you need to be in the quarterback market in future years, or do you actually have your guy? Also, if you do have your guy, you don't want your guy to get hurt. You don't. You don't want him to get hurt. So what you're going to do, you're going to draft an offensive lineman to help you. Draft a defensive player, edge rusher, with your first pick in the top 10. And then on the back half, you draft an offensive tackle to help protect your protect your quarterback, who is I don't know. Is he the second best offensive tackle? Because Evan Neal's the number one offensive tackle. Icky can play both. So is Icky? Icky's the second best offensive lineman, but is he the second best tackle? I don't think so. I think maybe Cross is the second best pure tackle, but Icky's the second best offensive lineman because one, he can do both, play offensive tackle and play guard, even though he likes to say he played mostly guard. So do I think this would be a good decision for the Jets, somebody else to help protect their quarterback? I think that's what they're going to do. They're going to go out there and try to protect their quarterback. So let's recap the top. Let's recap the top 10 just for one more time. Jacksonville Jaguars take Evan Neal, offensive tackle, number 1 out of Alabama. Number 2, Detroit Lions take Aiden Hutchinson, edge rusher out of Michigan. Number 3, the Houston Texans take Kyle Hamilton, safety out of Notre Dame. Number 4, the New York Jets take Kayvon Thibodeau, edge rusher out of Oregon. Number 5, the New York Football Giants take Ike Izukuma, offensive lineman out of North Carolina State. Number 6, the Carolina Panthers take Kenny Pickett, quarterback out of Pitt. Number 7, New York Football Giants take Sauce Gardner, cornerback out of Cincinnati. Number 8, the Atlanta Falcons take Dave Njoku, edge rusher out of Michigan. Number 9, Seattle Seahawks take Malik Willis, quarterback out of Liberty. Number 10, the New York Giants take Charles Cross, offensive tackle out of Ole Miss. I'm going to stop right there because the first video is the top 10. The next video is going to be 11 through 20. Then we're going to have 21 through 32. Just to break it down, because if I do all 32 teams, this video be 30 minutes long. So just to give, actually probably even longer than that, be an hour long. So just to break it up a little bit. But yeah, that was the top 10. Like I said, like, share, subscribe, comment below, click that bell, get more videos. If you disagree with what I said this draft, if you a fan of any of these teams and you disagree, no, we'll never take that player. Or man, we are gonna take that player. Comment below, let me know feedback, let me know how y'all feeling about this and what y'all think gonna happen in the upcoming 10 picks in the next video on my draft. Like, share, subscribe, comment below, click the bell, get more videos. I'll holla.